Hello everyone, so here we are for round 4 of the Cappuccino Induction League at Autumn Ring. It's a full circuit here, a lot of undulations, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of curbs and very little runoff areas. It's going to be a tight, twisty, close little race, I would have thought. It's round 4, like I said, of the Cappuccino Induction League. In pole position we've got Skywalker, one of the new guys, South African contingent there. JK in second, JB Player third, Race 42 fourth. Driz, which is another one of the South African guys, in 5th, DMJH 6th, Mad Dog 7th, Slim 8th, Rayman 9, Resus 10 and Rick GT 5 bringing up the rear. I'm going to try and give you the main highlights as normal in my videos. I'm Dave Higgins, so enjoy the race. So here we are, they're starting off now, the lights go to green and everyone goes, everyone's moving. Bit of a delayed start by Skywalker, good start by JK. I could do with getting on board with JK, to be fair. Sorry about that, guys. So there's JK going reasonably defensive into the first corner. JB Player 1 in the background seems to be diving a little bit there, just to try and get himself back in the shot, which has been good. He's up into 3rd place, interestingly enough. Very, very tight and twisty, very demanding on drivers around here. Very difficult to get a good, consistent, quick lap as well. So still JK in the lead, JB Player 1 and Skywalker tight up behind him. Skywalker's looking pretty handy in that the blue car with the green alloys, Skywalker. JK supporting number 84 on his car in the orange. His teammate Slim is number 83, he's a bit further back in the field at the moment, he's position 10th. DMJH has got himself up to 4th position from 7th, I believe it was, so that's a good start for DMJH. We're coming up to the back section of the circuit. I believe this is the downhill bit now that goes underneath the flyover. Oh no, we've gone past that bit, I apologise. Got to be very careful on that section of the circuit for those particular curbs. They're quite high, and if you catch them it can cause quite a bit of damage and send you off. No runoff area here at all, you can see it's just pit wall at the side, which is why it's so important to be so precise. Now JK still leading after the first lap, so well done JK, that's a good opener from the current leader of the competition. In Season 2, remember, in Season 1 he's the reigning champion, and in Season 2 he's won the first 2 races, so JK desperately trying to make it 3 out of 3 here. Oh, look at that shot, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They're just on each other, they're just 1, 2, 3. It's like looking at a Formula 1 race or something. It's absolutely ridiculous. Because it's quite tight here, it's impossible to really get away from people because everyone's on pace. It's impossible to get away. It looks like Skywalker was having a dive down the inside there, but he thought better of it. JK closed the door and said, no thank you, sunshine, you're not doing that. But that's brought JB Player 1 into the frame. Let's just have a look on the back of JK's car if we can, see the action from the rear. So behind JK, who's pulling out a reasonable lead now, we've got Skywalker in the blue car, JB Player 1's in the red, DMJH is in 4th position, and just behind DMJH is the other new guy, Driz, who's quite handy. Bit of dust being kicked up there. Oh, in the background we've got an incident. There's an incident. It's DMJ. DMJ's gone off in the background. We'll try and get on board with him. Now yellow flags have been called for that, so people are going to have to slow down to sort of half racing speed. Now I need to get on board with DMJ, and we'll try to rewind and find out. He's going into the pits at this stage. We'll try and find out what exactly happened. Unfortunately it has rewound an entire lap, but let's go on the top of DMJH's car on his roof cam. So this is the 2nd lap, following JB Player, Skywalker and JK up in the lead. To the rear of DMJ is, very close to the rear, is Driz, followed by Race 42 and Slim there just in the distance. Oh no, he's getting well close there. DMJH keeping the car defensive though on the inside and saying, you're not getting past me there, sunshine. Good fair play, of course. Because of course in racing, if your car is a car length ahead, then you have the right to choose the racing line, so you can place the car wherever you want, as long as you know you're not weaving. So we're allowed 1 defensive move really. Now this is the section where I think the incident happened, so let's go on the roof cam of DMJH and just find out what happened here. Oh, and he's just clipped a bit too much of the curb and it spun him up into the air and round, and then he can't catch it, and oh, into the barrier, spun him round. Front end damage been picked up, and oh, he's on the brakes for that car there, and oh, he's just got clipped by, that was, I'm not sure who that was. It was one of the green cars. I think it was Mad Dog, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, and that's really, really bad news. So I have a feeling now yellows are open that the pit lane's going to get extremely busy. I have a feeling there'll be pit crews waiting galore when we get in here. There's about 4 pit crews out at the moment. There's one getting ready there and running out. I don't know who that is. It looks like Slim might be in as well. Let's just go down to Rick GT5, who's in 11th. Oh, he's just pulling into the pits as well. He's got a lot of heavy damage, engine damage and front right hand side damage, and you can see how busy the pit lane is. All the pit crews working frantically there to get their boys out. Now, it doesn't matter about speed here, because of course we're under waved yellows, so everyone has to be not overtaken and down to 60 miles an hour, so we're going to have a chance to catch up here. Let's get back on with the leaders as we see Rick GT5 exiting the pits. So we're back with the leaders now, and yeah, as you can see, JK is backing everybody up. Not allowed to overtake, of course, and it's just going to give the other guys a chance to catch up a little bit. So we need to skip a lap, because obviously safety car is not that exciting. So we've skipped to lap 4 of 3 now, and still JK is keeping the pack nice and tight under yellows. Now you'll see it, you can see the cars in the background on some occasions weaving and braking. Now the reason that the players do that, the reason that the drivers do that, is to keep tyre temperatures high. Because if tyre temperatures run cold, you lose pressure in the tyre, and you also lose grip. You will lose the adhesion of the rubber onto the surface. So down some of the straights, you'll see JB Player 1's doing it already, weaving side to side, and Race 42 is doing the same thing. You can see there, just trying to screw up those tyres, and you'll be using your brakes quite heavily for short periods of time as well, because the heat from the disc brakes will go through the tyres, thus giving you the air pressure that you need, because lower air pressure in tyres means you're going to have less grip. Anyway, that's enough about the technical stuff. Let's see if we get a restart on the way, which we have. We've got a good restart. We're watching on board with JK. So we've restarted on lap 5 now, following JK in the lead, and oh no, there's another incident behind. Race 42 has come past and clipped someone. Waved yellows have been called again. Now this is very rare at vrroom.org. Yellow flags have been called again, so everyone again slowing down. We've got to go back on board now to find out what happened. That was race 42. Let's just try and see what happened from race 42's point of view, because race 42's prinked up front right hand side damage, the front offside damage. Let's just rewind time. Let's go on board. On the we'll just look. He's clipped the back of one of the white cars. I think that was Driz, and then he's got clipped around, and then he's crashed. Oh man. That was not good. I want a better view of that. Let's go on board with JB Player. He might see the incident a little bit better. I didn't really get a good chance to look at that. Let's get on the back of his car there. So there's race 42 in the blue car, and outside it is Driz, and he's tagged Driz, drifted wide, and then he's been clipped again by Slim, I think, and then that's just one of those things, to be honest with you. That's just one of those things, and nothing anyone can do. It's a racing incident. Driz just touched the back of JB Player 1 then as well. That'll be another yellow flag and people into the pits, I would have thought. We're not going to watch too much of that, so let's skip back to the action. Now 3 yellows is the maximum that will be called. If there is another yellow flag, then there'll be no more after that, so it'll be just a free-for-all, because obviously it just slows the race down a bit too much. So we skip to lap 6, we're still in the yellows, skip to lap 7, and we go. The race is go. Everybody's caught back up. JK defending like mad from Rayo Skywalker, JB Player 1 in 3rd, Slim, and DMGH has got up to 4th meantime. And can you see, I know we've had yellow flags, but even after 7 laps, everybody is still together. You just cannot get away on this circuit. Now, JB Player 1 went across the vegetable patch there. I didn't quite see what happened, but that certainly wasn't round the corner. It probably had no choice, to be fair. We've all been in that predicament where you just go in that fast and it's very easy to lose it. JK pulling out quite a healthy lead here. Might be worth watching the race from JB Player 1's perspective. And tight behind he's got DMJH, Skywalker and Slim, followed by Driz. Coming around the back end of the circuit now to the downhill section underneath the flyover, underneath the bridge. Very tightly packed. JB Player 1 pulling out a slight advantage now from DMJ. What can you say? It's looking pretty good. Let's go on the back of JB Player 1's car. Let's see what the action's like behind. DMJ dropping back a little bit, and Slim, and I think that's it's Skywalker again behind. In fact, let's hop back to go on DMJH's car, because the more action there, more for me to commentate about, really. So we're coming down the main straight for the end of lap 7, going into lap 8. Skywalker trying to slipstream Slim, and race 42 there is having a go at Driz. Does he get by on the inside? Yes, he does. Well done, race 42. Very, very good. Behind race 42, of course, we've got Resus doing a very good job there. And can you see how tight and twisty it is here? The car around this particular section is just drifting. It's almost like rallying around a corner. Even though you're not rallying around a corner, it's almost like that there, because the speed's that high, the back's permanently wanting to step out, and your job is just to keep the front in line with the back, but try to clip the apexes at the same time. You kind of get to a neutral, sort of a neutral handling, neutral drift, where the car's just sliding, but he's gone wide there as Slim, but he's held a position, so not to worry. So yeah, you kind of get a neutral drift going off, where it doesn't scrub off any particular speed, and the front stays in line with the back. So it's kind of a weird thing. It's on the verge of being out of control, but not out of control. If that makes any sense to any of the viewers, it makes sense to me, but I don't know whether I explained it particularly well. So DMJ, it looks like he's under a hell of a lot of pressure here. We'll just go to the outside view. And it's tight up behind. Now, interestingly enough, DMJ has picked up front near side damage at some point. Oh, and Slim's right on him. Will Slim make a dive down the inside? No, DMJ has already made his move down the right-hand side of the circuit. He says, Slim, if you're going to do it, you've got to go around the outside, buddy. Slim thought wise of it, but Slim is right up him now, and he's going again, trying to do a bit of a cutback. Oh, the tree's getting in the way there. We can't see what's going off. Again, Slim's backed off. Now, this is the section I was talking about, where you kind of just drift in the car all the time, but not scrubbing speed off the car. Oh, and it's really, anyone could outbrake here. Will Slim go for the outbrake? Now, DMJ has already decided that he's going defensive and saying again, you've got to go around the outside of me. Now, there's a lot to be said for that, to be fair. If you're on the inside line, yes, it will slow you down, but B, it's very difficult to drive around the outside of someone. You know, it's either got to be a fluke, or you've got to be one of the greatest racing drivers to be able to do that. I've done it occasionally, but I don't like it, if I'm honest, because it's well dangerous. The gist is that you'll actually run off circuit. We'll just skip a few more now, because I'm running out of memory space on my phone a little bit. So we'll go to lap 10. Still the same positions, although Slim's attacking again. Slim's attacking again, and race 42 and Driz are catching up as well. Now Slim's trying it around the outside. DMJH forced him to do that, and again Slim's nearly trying that around the outside. In the meantime, just behind these two, we've got a ding-dong of a battle going off with Skywalker raced and Driz. So let's just skip another lap now, just go to lap 11. Again, DMJH under huge amounts of pressure here. Again, having to plant it defensive. It's just defending. Meanwhile, JB Player 1 are doing a fine job of just stonking away with this, because of course these guys scrapping, these 5 cars that we're watching here scrapping, it's just going to slow them down. That's the one thing about defensive driving and about tackling one of your opponents, is that it slows you down and it enables the leaders to get away. You know, having said that, I think sometimes it's a lot harder to be out by yourself, because you need that pace setter, you need someone to chase. But again, if you're too close to someone, again, it just slows you down, because you get that little bit of a slipstream from the car, and it gives you a little bit of less front-end grip. And also, when you're tight behind people, you can't see where you're going either, so you've got to, you know, maintain that little bit of a gap just for vision, to see where you need to go and what you need to do, and where you need to steer, because you don't want to lose sight of your apex. As DMJH, well defensive, again saying to Slim, you've got to go around the outside of me, buddy, if you're going to do this. Now, DMJH has obviously got a crippled car here, so he's not as fast as the boys behind. I'm going to get on the rear shot. This is too good to miss. Oh, here we go. Slim's trying to go around the outside. DMJ just going defensive again, and there's a little bit of rubber going off. Skywalker's in there as well, flying down, coming down to the main straight, and Skywalker's tapped twice on the back of Slim. Slim's having none of it though. They're both going out wide. It looks like Race 42 is going down the outside as well. Race 42 has got a run on them. Unbelievable stuff here at the Autumn Ring. Absolutely unbelievable. Oh, Driz has had a bit of a nudge in the background and he's gone off. Great shame for him, but boy is this close, guys. Is this close racing. We're on the penultimate lap now. Anything can happen. Slim's getting really desperate to get past now. He's had enough of DMJH being in his way. He's had far too much of it. He's saying, get out of my way, sunshine. Oh, a little bit of a tap and then DMJH is out. DMJH is off. He's on the grass. Oh, dear me. What's happened there? Oh, and another bit of a nudge. That's from race 42. DMJH opposite lock tried to keep it going. Oh, such a shame, but it was, I think, to be fair, that was bound to happen at some stage because DMJH, I think he'd held people up and been defensive there for something like 5 or 6 laps with damage on the car. So that's such a shame, and 1 lap from the end, that's not going to help him at all in his title chances. Oh, blimey. Right, let's just clip to JK, make sure JB Player 1's not tight up behind him. Let's just go to the rear cam, just see if that's happening. It is actually. JB Player 1 is on with a chance here. Let's stick with the leaders. We've got 1 more lap to go. Let's just stick with this last lap now. Pray my phone doesn't run out of memory space. JB Player 1 right on it. He's looking at a bit of a slipstream. JK doing exactly what DMJ was doing and going defensive, feeling the need to do that. That will slow him down. That will compromise his line out of the corner. And JB Player 1 is right up here. Oh my goodness me. Are we going to see an off here? We're going to see a bit of contact. This next corner, of course, is where DMJH got that little nudge and just tagged him wide. No, JB Player 1 is still very, very, very close, though. It will only take 1 little mistake from JK and JB Player 1 will be through. Same could be said the other way around, to be fair. So we're coming down now to kind of the halfway point of the lap. JB Player 1 seems to have dropped back a little bit. So we're flying down now under the flyover next to the tight twisty bit that goes steeply uphill to the top section where the pit entrance is. JK is looking like he'll hold this, although JB Player 1 is still incredibly close. But like I said, JB Player 1's going to have a really bad view of the circuit, particularly to the breaking point here where earlier on in the race DMJ got unsighted a bit and went off. Oh, and JK was lucky to hold that. That was very similar to what we saw DMJ do there, taking a lot of curb and the car just bumping up. JK's got a bit more ride height on his car, though, I think, than DMJ, so DMJ suffered because of that. So will we see an overtake on the line? There's slipstream and there's drifting, there's an opportunity for it to happen, and JB goes to the outside, and they cross the line, and JB just missed out. Oh, boys, what a race. What a race. Let's just see what's happening with Slim as they cross the line. Slim finishes in 3rd, Race 42 4th, Skywalker 5th, Reese's 6th, Rick GT5 7th, DMJ 8th, hard luck. Because he was holding 3rd for a long while there. Rayman 9th, Mad Dog McTaz 10th, and Drids is in 11th. So good racing, and we'll see you for the next round. Thanks very much for watching.